Pamela, what would you advise someone as the first step in writing a screenplay?
Okay, the first step before the first step is have a brilliant idea. Then, now that's the art part. Then you start doing the craft. And what I always do when I'm working with writers is to identify the mythic theme. What is the story they're telling? And once you identify that theme, then you can look at the plot points that go along with that theme, usually 12 to 20. If you hit 6 of those plot points, whether it's the fatal attraction theme, the stealing fire from heaven theme, the search for the promised land theme, they all have plot points, and you need to hit some of them so that we, your audience, will go, even unconsciously or subconsciously, will go, oh, it's that story. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, let's see how this person tells that story. And here again, it may just be a subconscious thing, but these are the stories that are in our collective unconscious and that we've been telling each other for thousands and thousands of years. So identify your theme. Look into the myth, and on your own or working with someone who does that, or working with a book that outlines it, then pick 6 plot points that you can use in your story, and don't feel like you have to go in order. You can mix things around, but you need to give us that resonance. You need to strike those notes so that we recognize the key that you're playing in. So identify your theme, pick out 6 at least plot points, and then archetypes. Just use those 5 of the warrior, the monk, the scientist, the magician, and the lover. Makes it so much easier than trying to go through the other many, many archetypes. So identify your main 3 characters. What is their path? And then, do you want them to stay there? Do you want them to grow into the next level, or are they going to be taken down to a lower level and then try to struggle their way back up? Or maybe they're switching from one path to another. That's a lot of dramatic conflict there. Maybe you've got someone on the warrior path who wants to give that up and go be a poet, get on the lover path. And so what are the conflicts there that arise from them shifting their arc path? Another thing to keep in mind is symbolism. And we all use symbols all the time. It's, once again, just who we are. And it's the oldest form of art, right? Look at your cave walls, right? Symbols going on for 70,000 years now. There are 3 levels of symbolism. There's the emotional, personal level. There is the situational or environmental level. And then there is the conceptual level. I like to use the example of Avatar because it has wonderful symbolism. When we first meet Jake, the protagonist, he's in a wheelchair. He's broken. And he just doesn't care. You know, it's like, sure, I'll go off to this moon. Why not? And at the end of it, we see him flying on a dragon, free. So he's gone from this physically crippled, emotionally crippled person in a human body, in a wheelchair, to this gloriously free, heroic character flying in an avatar form. What a transformation. And just those 2 vehicles. In the environmental, situational conflict, the symbolism, there for me is very effective just with some of the fights that they have between the helicopters and the dragons. Okay? So it's symbolic of the meeting of high tech and a more natural culture. And you bring those 2 together, there's always conflict. But just those battles that you have, it's, okay, there it is. Symbolic of everything else that's going on the ground. Then, for the conceptual level of the symbolism in Avatar, you have the trees. And that interconnectedness, it's about we are all one life. We are all one. We are all interdependent upon each other. Whether it's the trees where the families all live, or it's that special, the spirit tree. But the tree gives us that symbol of interconnectedness and on the, in the air and in the earth. So it's a real grounded thing, and it's a wonderful symbol that's so well done in that movie.